I'm redoing my introduction. I'm not gonna sit here and give y'all a corny ass intro like I did on my last one. I'm just gonna get straight into it because this needs to be updated ASAP. Why am I redoing my introduction, you may ask? 1, for peace of mind. 2, a lot has changed. 3, I feel like I was being fake with myself and fake with y'all, so I need to redo it for my number 1, which was peace of mind. Before I get into any of my 3 reasons, I'm just going to go ahead and list what has stayed the same so that we can go ahead and delve into the other topics later with no interruptions. My name is Casimir and I am an aspiring nail artist. I say aspiring because nobody knows my name yet, but once everybody knows my name, you will just know me as a nail artist. I have been in the beauty industry for 4 years, 2 years as a student, 1 year as an instructor, and 1.5 years solo. I do have my license as a cosmetology operator in the state of Texas, but I did decide to specialize in nails later on when I found out that nails really were my true passion. And since 2022 is since when I have been on my grind trying to elevate my nail art skills. Here are a couple examples of my super awesome, hot, fire, sexy work that you all love so much. And if you don't love it, you're going to learn to love it, because if you don't learn to love it, why are you here? Now let's get into what has changed, which were my 3 reasons. Peace of mind. Any of the videos I have posted prior to this one, they don't exist. Unless you want to get the informational standpoint of those other videos, like the tutorials and techniques and tips and tricks, by all means, take them. They're yours. But anything that features my face, my voice, and my actions, it won't let you remember. Sorry. I feel like I was presenting myself in an ingenuine way that wasn't me, and I had a lot of ideations for myself that were not me either. I feel like I'm going through an identity crisis right now and I need to rebrand, so if this changes in the next couple months, I guess I'll just make another introduction. Y'all are just gonna have to get used to it, okay? But for the time being, this is what feels right, so that's why I'm getting to it. My second reason was that a lot has changed. Well, what has changed? As you can tell from the backdrop, I am no longer living in Florida. I'm now living in the middle of fucking nowhere in the Midwest of the United States. I don't even want to say where because I don't want y'all to make fun of me. But just know it was not my decision. I am just not financially stable, nor have I established a aspiring career for myself yet. So we just live it back with my parents. Yay! I'm still working with the job I used to have in Florida. I just transferred to another store, but I got promoted to store manager. So now I'm making a little more money than I used to, which is always nice. But it's not what I want to do forever. I've also applied to college and I'm working on getting enrolled in classes right now, like actively as we speak. So my schedule has just been like one thing after the other, and it is just never ending. I haven't had a proper break in, like, I kid you not, 10 months. Since I posted my last introduction, actually. But you know what? Things happen. It's just the way life is. You just gotta learn to roll with it. And while I'm not okay with it, it's just the circumstance it is. So I just have to live with it. On to topic number 2 on what has changed, my goals. In my previous video, I made it very clearly aware that I wanted to be an ambassador for 2 of my favorite nail companies, Valentino Beauty Pure for acrylics and Nails by Dev Shop for her gel polishes. While it is still something I would like to do, it is no longer my number 1 forefront goal for my nail career. I've always been very interested in starting my own business from the ground up, and I have multiple times with different other aspects of my artistry, but they've since closed down because I just grew as a person and those goals no longer reflected where I wanted to take my career path. I do believe that servicing clientele is going to be a minor part of my career, and I honestly think where my biggest aspiration lies in my nail career is both in teaching and developing my own nail brand. I don't know how I'm gonna get started with that. I just know that I have to elevate my sales first before I get to that. But I do know that that is going to be my ultimate big picture end goal, or rather the end of the beginning, I should say. And you know, I feel like a lot of people do ask you, oh, what's your dream? What do you see yourself doing when you grow up? And I think that every time I've been asked that question, both as a kid and as an adult, There hasn't been a single time where my answer hasn't had to deal with anything that isn't art. So I do believe that this is the correct path for me to take in the future. It just seems a little unobtainable to me right now given my circumstances. And there's a second part to that answer. I just needed to conclude that thought before I moved on to the next one. So here's the second part. When people ask me about my dreams and aspirations, it's not just one concrete answer because there's multiple pieces to my dream that make the foundation for the overall picture. At the end of the day, my dream is a culmination of a lot of things, and it's just based off of the sole fact that I want to be able to provide people with the tools to succeed in their own career paths, aka teaching. I also want to be able to help people feel pretty and comfortable in their own skin, expressing themselves in ways that they never thought were possible before with nails. This would be the part that encompasses servicing or even just selling my press-ons to the world, like being able to get my art to people. So those two things combined are my dream, essentially. The root of that dream comes from my desire to help people reach elevated versions of themselves that they didn't think were possible. So those are my new goals. And the third reason that I'm redoing this introduction is because I feel like my old one wasn't genuine, like I mentioned prior. I think I was just trying to create my own false persona to post online so that people really wouldn't see who I really was. I was trying to play myself off as this big shot that could do anything that they could set their minds to, and that I had no worry in the world regardless of what might have been happening around me, and that I was just like this rich bimbo. Where? Literally where? That is not me. That is obviously not me. Who I really am is just like anybody else who has their insecurities and worries and doubts. And I don't really want to keep it a secret either because social media already has these unrealistic expectations set for people, both in the beauty industry and in the entrepreneurship side of things. So if there is anybody out here watching this who is like, oh my God, I feel like I'm so far behind, I don't know what to do with my life, and it just looks like everybody else is already aware and knowledgeable of all the things they want to do and they're getting ahead on things, and I'm not. Don't worry, because that is literally also me. That's me. So I just really wanted to erase that mentality that I used to have and bring this version of myself forward, which is the real me. Because if I didn't, I feel like I was going to crack under pressure anyway later on and it just wouldn't have been pretty. So I just wanted to restart from zero. As far as the future of this channel goes, I don't know. Wherever it takes me, I'll go with it. It isn't my number one priority right now, just given my circumstance. But just know if I had a small loan of $1 million to make my dream come true, I would act up on it like this. Because there's nothing I wouldn't do to create my dream future that I strive for and aspire for. But I do know that whenever a miracle or an opportunity or the chance presents itself to me, I am going to take advantage of it ASAP because I really do want to start sharing all my knowledge and ideas with the world. But yeah, if you can tell this wasn't scripted, I just wanted to talk to the camera and get all my thoughts out and hopefully make sense of something. So we'll see what the next video brings. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.